The election could see a record number of 12 opposition parties taking on the PAP. Analysts expect keen contests across the island, especially with more seats up for grabs. But not all have revealed which wards they will contest. Afifa Arifin finds out how a crowded opposition landscape, as well as the number of seats the Workers' Party will contest, might impact the opposition's overall performance.
The stage is now set, with 93 parliamentary seats up for grabs in this coming general election. A dozen opposition parties could challenge the ruling People's Action Party, 4 more than in the last polls. In 2015, opposition parties contested all seats, and political observers expect a similar fight to take place once again.
If you see it purely based on arithmetic, then yes, with more political parties and avoiding multi-corner fights, you'll see more seats being contested. But at the same time, the political parties, particularly the opposition, have limited resources, so they would have to then determine among themselves whether they want to contest each and every seat or be more economical and strategic as to where they want to contest.
All eyes will be looking to see if the Workers' Party, the only opposition voice in Parliament, will be able to retain Aljunied GRC, which it won in 2011. In 2015, the party's team in Aljunied won by a slimmer margin of less than 2%. The party's top 3 leaders are still embroiled in an ongoing civil lawsuit. They were found to have breached their fiduciary duties towards the Aljunied Hougang Town Council. The WP leaders are appealing the judgment. This time, the party will head into the polls under the leadership of new chief Pritam Singh. It's also unclear if party stalwart and heavyweight Lau Tia Kiang will be contesting. Mr. Lau is still recovering from a fall in April. The party is also known to keep its cards close to its chest, but WP members have been spotted walking the grounds in the East Coast and Marine Parade GRCs, where the party contested previously, and even the newly created Sengkang GRC, areas that analysts say could become key battlegrounds to watch.
At a very general level, one could say that any contest that pits the ruling People's Action Party against the leading opposition party, the Workers' Party, would be very keenly contested. Then when you look at new constituencies, for example, Sengkang, right, and these comes from constituencies where the People's Action Party and the Workers' Party have locked horns. So new constituencies tend to parties tend to view them as fairly clean slate.
Opposition parties are also keenly eyeing constituencies in the West. West Coast GRC, for instance, has been touted as one of the hot seats. That's one key area where former PAP MP and one-time presidential candidate Tan Cheng Bock and his newly formed Progress Singapore Party plans to contest. Dr. Tan is a familiar face to residents in the area, having served as MP in Ayer Rajah for 26 years.
As a former veteran PAP MP, he is battle-hardened. He certainly will be able to mount an effective campaign, and certainly where the PSP team, or it could be Dr. Tan seeking to contest an SMC, that too will be another hotspot where I think voters will focus a lot of their attention on. But elections always come with many surprises.
Analysts also note the crowded and fragmented opposition landscape could dilute opposition support. This comes as some parties have overlapping claims, as talks of forming an alliance have failed. West Coast, for example, could see a 3-cornered fight, with both PSP and the Reform Party staking a claim.
If there's no understanding or an alliance, then there will be 3-cornered fights and a jostling. And therefore, again, very tough choices for voters, and they may therefore want to go with the parties and the candidates that they are more familiar with than to have to make a choice across an array. of opposition politicians.
Several opposition parties have already declared interest in running in familiar territories. The Singapore People's Party is set to contest in Bishan Toa Payoh GRC and Potong Pasir SMC, formerly held by opposition veteran Chiam See Tong. It will be the first time since the 1970s that a member of the Chiam family is not contesting the SMC. Meanwhile, the Singapore Democratic Party plans to return to the 5 constituencies it contested in 2015, with party chief Chee Soon Juan returning to contest in Bukit Batok SMC.